Hello students, myself Utsav Mehta. Today I am going to teach you a topic called globes and map. Before starting globes and map, I would like to share one interesting thing to you. Ferdinand Magellan. He is a particular explorer sailed around the world and proved that Earth is round. Before this discovery, people believed that the Earth was a flat with steep edges. So if the people goes to the corner of the Earth, then they would fall down. But this great man, Ferdinand Magellan, started his journey from Spain to Westwood with its crew member. 3 years later he came back to the same place, so this proved that the earth is round. If the earth would not be round, then he would fall down from the edges of the earth. Now, what is a globe? A globe is a spherical model of the earth. The small model which I used to bring in the class to explain you earth, that is called a globe. It is similar to the earth only. All water bodies are blue in color and all the land masses are either green, yellow or brown in color. According to their features, they are given colors. Now, let us talk about the disadvantages of a globe. It neither shows us the details of a place nor it's easy to carry. Locating a place on the globe is also difficult. The reason is only that due to its small shape and size, we cannot locate the place in a detailed manner. So if we want to see any place in detail, then instead of globe we use a map. Now, what is a map? A map is a representation of the earth or a part of it on a flat surface. So the drawing of a map or any specific country, place or continent which is drawn on a paper, that is called a globe. A person who draws map is called a cartographer. But a person who studies about map, that is called a cartography. The collection of map in the form of book is called an atlas. So atlas is a book in which you will find many maps of different countries, continent, political map, physical map, everything. It is a collection of all the types of map. In that book is known as an atlas. Now let us see the types of map. The first map is physical map. Physical map shows the physical features such as mountains, plateaus, plains and rivers. In this type of map you will not find any state with its capital, but in this you will only see the plains, plateaus, rivers and mountains. Such type of map is known as a physical map. You can see in the screen physical map. Next type of map is a political map. In this political map you will see the state, countries with their capitals. In the picture you can see a map in which states are there with their capital. You can see the state boundary also. But in this map you will never see river, mountains or plain. So this is the main difference between physical map and political map. Now let us talk about the directions. Till now you had only studied that there are 4 main directions. But today we are going to study that there are 8 directions. 4 main directions and 4 intermediate directions. The 4 main directions you know, that is the north, south, east and west. But when we talk about the intermediate directions, so the direction which is present between north and west, that is known as a northwest direction. The direction which is located between north and east, that is known as a northeast direction. The direction which is present between east and south, that is known as a southeast direction. And the direction which is present between south and west, that is known as a southwest direction. So there are 4 main directions and 4 intermediate directions. After that we are going to talk about symbols. Symbols are used to represent the physical features of a place such as bridges, dams, roads, railway tracks and canals. A key is used to explain the meaning of a symbol used in a map. On a roadside, on a highway, you can see that many times plus sign is given on the roadside. That represent that there is a first aid or a hospital ahead. You may also see petrol pump symbol on a roadside. This tells us that there is a fuel station ahead. Or you may also find a fog and fog sign on the roadside. That tells us about there is a restaurant on a highway. So this symbol plays an important role in our day-to-day life. Now I am going to teach you latitudes and longitude. What is latitude and what is longitude? Let me explain you in a rough. Latitude is a horizontal imaginary line drawn on the surface of the earth, whereas the longitude is a vertical imaginary line drawn on the surface of the earth. What is this imaginary lines? The imaginary line on which the earth rotates is called its axis. The North Pole is the northernmost point on the earth and the South Pole is the southernmost point on the earth. What is latitude? Equator is the 0 degree that passes through the center of the earth. As I told you that the latitude is the horizontal imaginary line drawn on the surface of the earth. So the imaginary line which is drawn from the center of the earth, that is known as an equator. A set of imaginary circular lines drawn parallel to the equator are called latitudes. Total number of latitudes on the earth are 181. Now this how 181 came, let me explain you. The equator divides the earth into two equal hemisphere, you can say hemisphere also. Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. In northern hemisphere there are 90 latitude lines and in the southern hemisphere there are 90 latitude lines. So 90 plus 90, 180 and one equator. So the total 181 latitude lines are there on the surface of the earth. Now let us talk about the longitude. Imaginary line drawn from the North Pole to the South Pole, that is the vertical imaginary line drawn on the surface of the earth, that is known as a longitude. There are 360 longitude lines. Prime meridian is at 0 degree or the central longitude. Now how 360 lines of longitudes are there? This prime meridian divides the earth into two equal parts, that is the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. 180 lines are there in eastern hemisphere and 180 in the western hemisphere, which results into 360 longitude lines. Prime meridian passes through the Greenwich in London. Now let us talk about the geographic grid. What is geographic grid? Latitude and the longitude together forms the geographic grid. The point at which a particular latitude and a longitude cross each other is the location of that place. The network-like structure formed with the help of longitude and latitude, that is known as a geographic grid. Now let us talk about the important features of latitude. All latitudes are complete circle except the North Pole and the South Pole, which are just point. The circumference of the latitude decreases as we move away from the equator. So the length of the circle, we say its circumference, decreases as we move to the poles, as the diameter of the earth decreases towards the pole. That's why the circumference also decreases towards the pole. All latitudes are located at an equal distance from each other. Latitudes are used to measure distance in the north and south direction. If I want to measure the direction in the north or south, I will use latitude lines. Equator passes through the 13 countries. This is important, that the equator passes through the 13 countries in the world. Now let us talk about the important features of longitude after latitude. All meridians are of the same length. The distance between two meridians increases near the equator. Prime meridian is the central meridian of the earth. The meridians are used to measure the direction in the east-west direction. In the latitude, we used to measure the direction in north and south. But in the longitude, we are going to measure the direction in east and west. So this is important. So I hope that now you are clear with all the concepts of longitude and latitude, important features, advantage and disadvantages of globe, what is map, everything I have explained you in this video. Thank you, students.